Okay. Let's see the house. I don't know how long this first chapter is. We'll see how much we can get done. It looks good for having been abandoned. 10 years? Almost 10 years? Looks cozy. They have a ladder there. Does that lead to a loft or something?
Tyler, are you in there?
Maybe he needed to take it in by himself first.
Tyler!
I'm impressed at his resilience, honestly. He doesn't seem like...
Are you okay?
I'll live. Good to hear your voice again.
Yeah, same here.
So, coming in or what?
Just working up to it.
It's harder for her. It's harder for her to handle it. It might hit him later, too. Memories might come back and...
We're here.
Here we are.
We're here. Here we are. We are
So,
here. Here we are.
How do we get started?
Here are we.
We figure out what to keep, what to trash, and see what else this house might be trying to show us.
By the way, there might be breaks in the video.
It doesn't seem real.
I'll get back to that. If that happens, it's probably because I'm
Of course.
checking my recording.
Lights, no power.
I will make sure you're not missing anything, I promise. Machine repair. Marianne Ronan. Yes, for sure Marianne is their mother. Okay. Thank you for your trust. List, right? She had a list of,
Ooh, this place needs some serious cleaning.
All right, let's see. Broken shelf, broken jar, and the washing machine. Broken. The dryer never worked to begin with.
Marianne thought dryers were straight up evil. Energy hogs.
Sounds like my,
I hated hanging drippy laundry. I refused to change for a few weeks once, so I wouldn't have to do it.
sounds like my old home as well. Our washing machine was always broken.
We should take
And no
down the
dryer.
creepy masks if we don't want to scare the buyers away.
We did have a
Oh,
dryer,
so
actually.
now you don't want to scare someone with those masks.
Let's say pretended to be a warrior.
Hey, I just put on the mask and pretended to be a warrior. You were the one who got freaked out by it.
Right.
Not that she ever let me wear him very long. Huh. This bathroom still smells like Marianne.
Good scrub and we'll be rid of that too.
Yeah, so that's a bit creepy. He's doing great. I am... Seriously, his resilience is second
Tried
to
to bury
none.
this dress in the backyard, but Marianne caught me.
It was a pretty dress.
Yeah, well, we both
Yeah.
know pretty was never my thing.
That it does look really cute, though. Should have given it to your sister. Let her wear it. Maybe she had one of her own.
What are we gonna do with all her jewelry?
Well, I'm certainly not gonna wear it.
Donation pile it is, then.
Good idea.
Wow. I forgot all about her weird concoctions.
And how she was always testing them on us. Like we were lab rats.
That's fact.
Handmade soap. Still here after 10 years. Impressive.
You could say that about the entire house.
Having grown up with a guardian who behaved like this, I feel really sorry for these two.
There were so many times I looked in this mirror hoping somehow it'd show me something different.
Oh. Yeah, if you have a parent like that who's testing shite out on you, yeah, calling you goblins and she's the princess and creepy characters.
We
and
were
whatnot.
so competitive about who measured taller. Like we actually had anything to do with it.
He was shorter.
After all that, it ended in a tie.
Yeah. None of that crazy stretching I did made any difference.
He was quite short. He's the red one. Look how short he was. I find out about Marianne, the more I really, really dislike her. Honestly, though, it's a really cute house.
After all this time, I
The bread box I like.
thought I'd feel more prepared to deal with this mess.
String, glue, duct tape. The holy trinity of house repair.
Marianne loved having something to fix.
I wish she fixed herself. I'm gonna say that. Not when... Ooh, she loved having something to fix, not when we broke them. I'm gonna say I wish she fixed herself, because I think most kids who grew up in this environment wish
Yeah,
that.
well, she could have tried a little harder to fix her own head.
I agree with you,
Can you picture
Tyler.
Marianne talking to a shrink?
No.
No. And speaking of...
Therapy's expensive, and I'm fine.
Speaking of, guys, therapy is expensive. It can be very, very hard to get the help that you need. But yeah, usually abusive people like that don't get help. There's a lot of shame and stigma, and they make it even worse. But don't be afraid to get help if you need it, if you can afford it. Or try to find help, like...
What was she hoping to do with all these jars?
Self-help if you
She
can.
used to barter for our clothes with
If you can't do therapy.
jam.
She tried everything to make ends meet.
Well, not everything.
Poor sweeties. It's good that they had each other.
Best mom. You think we ever really believed that? Or
No.
were we just trying to make her happy?
Either way, it wasn't true.
Look how cute they are. They drew themselves as goblins. Sponsorized by the local goblins. They are adorable. I really didn't expect it. Like I said, I went into this blind. I really didn't expect it to be like this, but I'm kind of blown away because I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, understand what their experience must have been like, having gone through it myself. No, I mean not what happened with Tyler and his mother, obviously, but being in a household where this was the thing, and you're, as a kid, you should be the focus of the parent, right? But instead, you become the parent in the house. You're taking care of the parent. You're doing everything to make sure that they are satisfied and happy. And still, you get abused anyway. It doesn't even help.
Guess we never had time to complete the collection.
But it's good they had
These
each
came out
other.
of one of the prize machines at the Vecchi's store, right?
Yeah, you'd slide the quarters inside on the little tray, and then magic, out pops a sticker.
I love those machines. I remember those.
I was there, Gandalf. I was there 3,000 years ago.
After all this time, I thought I'd feel more prepared to deal with this mess.
Guys, which one would you choose? Nut, mint, or flex? I'm telling you right off the bat, they're all cute, but I'd choose mint because mint looks like a big old dingus. Minty mint mint. I really like their house though. I wish they, well, no, they don't want to stay here because I was going to say it would be nice if they could keep it, but they don't want these memories. And that's understandable. Aw, you can tell she's not doing so great.
Marianne's room.
Let's not go in there until we absolutely have to.
Agreed.
Could you guys just, I wish you could zoom in. Do you see what I see on the door? She's got a princess. I'm done. I'm done with this lady. And she's probably got her reasons for being the way she was, but man, that's, ugh.
She pinched every penny.
As funny as it is, and just frustrating, annoying, and ugh. Okay. What's this? Oh, their letter is still there. Dear Mom, we are sorry the vase got broke. We didn't know you love it so much. We need to be careful and not act up in the window room. Next time we will try and use good judgment. Please forgive us for doing bad things. I am sorry, too. We should be more careful. Oh, both of them wrote, I'm very sad we made you cry so much. We should play outside instead. I will tell Ollie not to be wild all the time. We aren't going to do it anymore. We are sorry. I wonder if she raged at them.
What are you reading?
Our apology letter.
A letter we wrote her. To apologize for breaking that stupid vase, remember?
Bore your kids into good behavior. Great parenting strategy.
Ooh, did she give them the silent treatment?
Old textbooks. Tessa gave them to us, right?
Yeah, she thought we were gifted.
Probably are. We were in a way. Yeah. You were.
We were. Just not like she thought. You think she knew we were sharing answers?
We shared for fun. We both knew them all anyway.
Fair. Okay. I was going to say their imaginations, their ability to create is pretty gifted. Obviously comes from a hard place, but a lot of talents too, sadly.
I don't remember these.
It's probably one of Marianne's unfinished masterpieces.
There's 2 of them. Maybe they were us.
Ooh.
In some weird way that only made sense to Marianne.
Yeah, I get the feeling we're gonna get in deep about Marianne's character eventually.
How you feeling about being back?
I thought I knew what to expect, but everything keeps catching me by surprise. My nerves are completely raw.
I get it.
How about you?
I'm actually doing okay. Too much to process, not sure how I feel, easier than I thought. I'm gonna say not sure how I feel. Because I feel like he's going back and forth between
Honestly not sure how I feel yet.
being okay
I'm
and
just
just
trying to
not.
think of it as an empty house.
Yeah. An empty house full of actual ghosts.
Hopefully they're friendly ghosts.
This is a bit vulnerable. But I can speak to the situation to some degree, as I was kind of pointing out earlier. You see, she looks... I mean, I'm assuming that's her right there. I see them as little children, right? She looks very adoring with them, like she genuinely loves them. With my guardian. It was when we got older that the abuse really picked up. And I think there was a fear of an abandonment by the guardian, that it was like we weren't little kids that could be controlled and, you know, totally dependent on them anymore. So it was just, you know, and we're developing our own characters and becoming, you know, more independent and stuff like that. And so it's like when you have guardians like this, I think they freak out, and yeah. It's hard to explain unless you've been through it. I'm sure some of you guys have.
I'm sure it's still there. I should check our bedroom upstairs.
Be careful, by the way, if you have. If you need to take a break, please do.
Wow. I'm so embarrassed for us. Mini Da Vinci's we were not.
She saved every drawing we ever did.
There's a couple of these I might keep.
Good for
She
you.
took so many pictures.
Yeah. Like she had to document every second of our lives.
It made her smile, kind of annoying, want to keep some of these. Let's say it made her smile. That's something we
It made her happy. And it was kind of nice to see her smile.
understandable.
Yes.
You okay?
All these happy pictures. They look so sad now. So staged.
I know.
It's understandable. Yeah, she did take a lot. You see, they're all babies in these pictures, though. They're little kids, toddler. Oh, we've got something. I think it's supposed to be... Alright, we'll get to that in just a moment. I don't want to miss their little memories of what happened.
She was trying to save the planet way before Al Gore made it cool.
Has Al Gore ever made anything cool?
Nah.
I guess she was right about one thing. But you can't really blame anyone for not listening to crazy Marianne Ronan.
I didn't realize how much I missed the smell of firewood.
That is a
I
good
miss
smell.
the cold winter nights curled up here. With big mugs of hot cocoa.
Yeah. Marianne was so tired she was usually asleep on the couch.
Ah, that's why it was so nice. No Marianne.
Understandable. We used our voice.
We'd use our voice so we didn't wake her up.
And then we'd be up all night telling stories. And watching the fire die. Marianne was none the wiser.
Let's see. Can we get to see that memory?
Mom? About me joining the hockey team?
Is that us?
Mom,
Tyler.
What? Not now. Maybe next year.
but you promised.
Aww.
Whining, and my next year will become never.
Ooh.
Can you cut my hair?
Your hair is fine.
But I want to cut it short, really short.
What? Look, I'm tired. and I'm busy. Let's talk about this later.
You always say that.
You never talk about it, right?
Marianne said no to everything. Made me so pissed.
She was
Yeah.
always on edge those last few months.
Yeah, and completely deaf to everything I was telling her I needed.
She pretty much always said no to me, too.
True, but it felt personal with me.
Of course it felt personal. That makes sense. Probably was personal, to be fair. Again, it sounds like she made everything about her, so she wouldn't have been able to see their needs, her own kids' needs. Everything would be a reflection of her and her feelings. This is so cute. Oh, I know bad stuff happened to them. I look at the fairy lights and I love fairy lights. It's so calming. But I know this place has bad memories, but it's beautiful. That's really charming. Oh, Allie's still down there.
Yo, what are you doing down there?
What do you think I'm doing? Trying to figure out if anything in Marianne's mess is worth keeping.
Any progress?
Not really. What about you? What are you doing up there?
Watching. Plotting world domination.
Just plotting world domination.
Ah, it's a big responsibility. Not sure if you can hack it, Ronan.
Oh, ye of little faith.
I guess it is about time to check our bedroom. I'll be up in a second.
Alright.
Where'd you come from?
A tale of two swords. Wasn't there a book series that was like about mice battling mice? That must sound so stupid. I never read it, but I remember all the boys in my class reading it. I love this house so much. It's so cute and cozy, and the view is... I'm sorry, Allie! She's like, I don't want to go in there. Alright, I will go in first. Tyler and I've got this. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, where's Marianne's room,
Now
but
this?
she's downstairs.
This feels like home.
This is so cool. I had bunk beds too.
Hey, the postcard we sent ourselves from Juno.
Forever alone.
What?
We barely had any friends. We even had to be our own pen pals.
Dude, this is another thing. When you live with, you guys know this if you've been through it. When you live with abusive guardians, they isolate you. I was never allowed to spend time with friends. They couldn't come over my house. I couldn't go over their house. Yeah, it can be quite lonely. It can be very, very lonely.
Tyler, do you copy? If we don't move fast, this whole thing is going to melt.
No,
do
wait.
you copy?
Shh, copy, Allison. Gonna get this thing moving soon. Don't want the Mad Hunter to catch us. Over.
The Mad Hunter. Ugh, he still gives me the creeps. I wish I could forget about him.
Okay, hey Allison and Ollie, we are writing from the past. What is it like in the future? Anyway, Juno is super cool. We took the tramway all the way up. Ollie was scared. Liar! We got some books, but Mommy went to the restaurant at night and forgot them. Oh, it was cool. There were a lot of whales on the ferry. No, there wasn't. They were in the water. Stupid. I like the little touches they have here, by the way. Incorrect English, like trying to speak more like children would. Anyway, here's a postcard to remind you how awesome we are. Especially me. And they had to send it to themselves. That's cool, though. Good for them, making memories, doing the best they could despite their situation. Oh, they even get... Oh, it's so cool. Sorry, I love this. Is that the mom's the giant? I mean, I gotta hand it to them.
We never appreciated this view as kids.
Which one? The one over there? I'll look in a moment, Allie. But the details that they've got in this game to make it more and more realistic, it is so realistic. The mom is larger than life. She's the main focus, right? And again, it should have been the kids that were the focus, but the kids had to devote all their time and energy to her. Those little details make this crazy realistic. So I kind of wonder if the devs and the writers have had this experience as well. All right. What is this? Oh, we saw the other
you.
moose.
I just found your twin under the house.
Yeah.
Seen better days.
Oh, it was Tyler's into the...
This one wasn't mine.
Yours has seen better days, Tyler.
Look, it's the game we made. Lusion Tramway.
That game never made any sense.
Didn't stop us from playing all day.
Dude, we were kids. All we needed were rocks and bird feathers.
Figure out who goes first. Paper, rock, scissors with silent voice. Ooh, roll the dice and move the number you roll. I wonder if they were afraid to talk out loud. Like if their mom was against them. Well, no, it seems like she encouraged their imagination, but I wonder if in some ways or sometimes, certain times she was against it. Okay, roll the dice, move the number you roll. Pay to the tramway lady to climb up or down the mountain. Take the luge to slide down the mountain. If you get 1, you get to roll again. Get a 1 again, pick a motor car to climb up the mountain with a luge. If you roll a 6, become the Mad Hunter for 2 turns. Safe from shoot. If you roll a 3, become a bear for 3 turns. Can't use tramway or luge in any direction. That's pretty brilliant, guys. Can you imagine they develop their own business? Look at their clock. I like that. We love Mom. See what I mean? See what I mean? And here's the other thing. I know I keep talking about even my own experiences, but even despite the abuse that happens, you do trick yourself into thinking that it's okay and it's normal and you deserve it and that you do love the guardian who abuses you and you do love them. It's weird because you do love them and you're always seeking for their love in return and you never get it, which is, I think, the tragedy, the ultimate
So much for my
tragedy.
dream of being a hockey star.
Marianne thought sports were too aggressive, too competitive, and too groupthinky.
How did you convince me to let you put this up?
It was my favorite movie.
Korean drama? Yeah, it looks like a Korean drama. Oh, it's a cool poster. You gotta share the space, Tyler. Some of it's hers, some of it's yours.
Whenever we asked for a TV, she'd just bring home a big stack of books.
I think she did us a favor with that one.
Definitely, that's
You
true.
may not agree when we start digging into the HBO back catalog.
We'll see.
Dude, I love their stuffed animals. I would not trust that bed anymore, though. Okay, little by little.
You know, if there's one thing you gotta give Marianne, it's that she let us explore our artistic side.
Fair
You
point.
should have seen Eddie's face when I tried to repaint his car.
Yeah, I bet Uncle Eddie didn't appreciate your artistic touch.
I'd rather you called him Chief Brown if you're gonna be an ass about it.
Our space contact. That's funny.
Look what I found.
What?
Only our greatest creation, the Book of Goblins.
Dude, that book is gorgeous.
Seriously? It was in that chest the whole time?
All these stories.
I had ideas for so many more.
Marianne
hate
wrote
this.
a lot of them.
Yeah. It's one of the only times I remember her being at peace.
I still hate this. Oh, okay. The frog earns the right to speak. We're not going to read all of them, but maybe we can read a couple. The frog earns the right to speak. They did have the silent frog, so why is she the main character? All right. Once upon a time, I'll read it from here. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a big frog in a small pond. She was a peaceful creature who spent most of her time eating, swimming, and sleeping. From the morning to the evening, she did everything the smaller frogs did, except she did it bigger. She ate more, she jumped farther, she was smarter, and she made much more noise. Everybody in the forest could hear her loud croaking, and everybody was happy that they could. You see, it was easy to get lost in the forest, but thanks to the frog's loud noises, you could just as easily find your way back to her pond. Maybe it would not have been the same if the big frog had kept singing during the night, but she was much too lazy an animal to stay active after dark. One day, an unknown visitor came to the forest for the first time. It was a young woman, dressed in a beautiful gown. She was walking fast through the woods, as if she was running away, and she never looked back. Many eyes spied the princess pass by, but no one dared to help her, for the mad hunter was on her trail. This is not our business, they said, and we had better look away, for the mad hunter was an unyielding man who left nothing but hunting down prey for money and glory. Nothing could escape his piercing eye for long. Knowing that the mother was represented by the princess, I kind of wonder, I'm going to just kind of say this out loud for now, just in case it ends up being true. I wonder if the mad hunter represented A, mental illness, whatever the mother might have been dealing with, if she was dealing with anything. We did say that we wish she would fix herself, her head, so I do think she had some kind of mental illness. I wonder if the Mad Hunter was representative of that, something that was always kind of going round and round, chasing her in her own head, or if it was a real person that maybe traumatized her, like an abusive ex or something. I just wanted to pose that out loud, and see if I end up being right. So the princess walked alone without help, and she was hopelessly lost in the big forest. Exhausted, she pressed on with no idea where she was heading as the hunter drew ever closer, dogged in his pursuit. She continued this way until she heard a heavy croaking far off to her left, so clear and loud that the princess immediately made for the source of the noise. A few minutes later she reached the big frog in the small pond, and the frog looked at her with a gentle smile. "Help me, please," said the princess. "I need a place to rest and to hide." "Ribbit," answered the frog, and the princess frowned. "Please stop making noise. The Mad Hunter's after me." "Ribbit," said the frog again, so loud that the princess had to cover her ears. The creature began to jump every which way. "What are you doing?" asked the princess. "Stop all that noise, or he will find us." But the frog kept croaking and jumping around her, left and right, up and down. "Ribbit, ribbit," until the princess understood the meaning of all this fuss. Cautiously, the woman climbed on the back of the big animal, and then with a leap, the frog set off away from the pond. The frog jumped so high and so far that even the hunter could not find where the princess had gone. With a few jumps, the princess was out of his piercing eye. A few jumps more, and she had vanished for good. The princess closed her eyes and let her clever mount carry her wherever the creature pleased. Less than an hour later, the big frog had reached the other side of an ancient forest, near the shores of the very deep lake. There, she landed without a noise in front of a big wooden house that had been abandoned. So their house, right? "Thank you," said the princess, covering the animal's snout with kisses. "I only wish you could speak, so I would have understood what you were trying to do sooner." As she pronounced those words, something incredible happened. The big frog was suddenly able to speak. Her first words startled the princess. "The Mad Hunter is always at my heels. Now you're safe, and I've had my revenge. You can stay in this house. It has been abandoned for a long time, and no one will look for you here." And then, without looking back, the big frog jumped back to the pond. And this is how the big frog saved the princess, and how she earned the right to speak. But the frog only learns to speak because they saved the princess. That's so narcissistic. You have to appreciate this is a freaking gorgeous book. Let's do this one. We'll do the beer one. I think we'll only do these two for now. The Bear and the Princess. Once upon a time, in the ancient and deep forest, the old bear stood on the bank of the river, swiping at salmon on their way to the spawning grounds. Just as he'd got his paw on a particularly fat one, he heard a woman shouting for help. He considered simply eating his salmon, but then she screamed again, and he lumbered over to investigate. After a short walk, he found the princess clinging to the top of the tree while a wolf snarled and snapped at the base of the tree. Old Bear would normally not get in the middle of such a situation. After all, as a fellow predator, he understood the wolf's need to hunt. But when he saw the princess, he was struck by her beauty. He knew had to help. I'm sorry. It's just so... Everything is about her, though, right? Like, everything is just about her. Where are her children? Her children should be in these stories. Anyway. With a great roar, the bear heaved onto his hind legs, rising to his full height. The wolf snapped and snarled in his direction, but the bear roared again, and the wolf took off into the trees, tail between his legs. The old bear fell back down onto all fours and stared up at the princess. She regarded him fearfully. "You can come down," he said. "How do I know you didn't save me just so you could eat me yourself?" asked the princess. "I suppose this is a fair question," admitted the old bear, "but I promise I won't eat you." The princess had no reason to trust the old bear, except that he had kind eyes, and so she slowly made her way down the tree. When she reached the ground, the bear only watched her, and so she supposed she was not going to be eaten today. "Thank you," she told the old bear. "Of course," he said. "Can I walk with you back to your home?" "Of course," said the princess. So the princess and the old bear walked together through the forest, back to the big wooden house. After that day, the princess would occasionally find gifts from the bear: fresh-caught salmon, handful of ripe berries, newly bloomed bluebell. One spring, when a sudden thaw flooded the path out of the princess's home, the old bear was there, and she rode his back across the river. The old bear began to think that the princess should be his mate. After all, she had no mate, and she needed one. He could keep her warm, and provide her a much more suitable den, and catch fish for her, protect her from wolves. She in turn would brush out his fur and pick berries without smooshing half of them, and scratch that one part of his back he couldn't reach. And with how she took care of the goblins are already there by that point. Okay. She would be an excellent mother for his cubs. Oops, a little bit weird, but okay. One day the old bear came with a ring of spruce, and asked the princess to be his bride. I'm sorry, said the princess. You are a very good friend, and I appreciate all you've done for me. But I cannot marry you. You're a bear. I am a princess. It would never work. The old bear was crushed. Can we still be friends? He asked. We will always be friends, said the princess, but I will never marry you. The old bear and the princess carried on their friendship, and after 1 year he tried again to ask her to be his bride, but once again she refused him. This happened 1 year later, and 1 year after that, and then finally the princess said, Old bear, you are my dear friend, and I appreciate all you have done for me, but I would sooner you have left me to the wolves than marry you, and that is how it will always be. I have my hands full with the 2 goblins who live under my house, and they are all I need. That wounded the old bear deeply, but it was finally enough to stop his proposals. They remained friends, and he continued to give her gifts of fresh salmon and ripe berries and newly bloomed bluebells, but the old bear never again asked the princess to be his bride, much as he might have wanted to, and that is how the princess befriended the old bear, and how she refused him. Let me just grab a quick drink, guys. Do you think the old bear is the chief? Do you think he's Eddie? Sounds like, Mosca is just staring at me across the way. It sounds like this is somebody who liked Marianne and was trying to get her to accept a proposal. It annoys me how all these stories are about. Oh my god. I really want to read all of these, but
Where is it?
You looking for something in particular?
My diary.
You never told me about it.
Yeah. With the way Marianne was, I tried extra hard to keep it a secret.
You would have to, for sure.
The day she found out about it.
Oh, that's why she was trying to hurt him. Oh, that's no good. He's gonna find his diary?
Mom?
Oh no. Oh no, here we go. Oh, be careful.
Mom, where is it? What did you do with it?
Oh, he looks so hurt.
I can't find my diary. I know you stole it. Give it back.
Sweetie, whatever I do, it's just for your benefit.
You read it, didn't you? You had no right to do that.
I have the right to do whatever I need to protect my little girl.
I'm not your girl. I hate you.
You will always be my little girl. And no matter how hard you fight me, I'll fight twice as hard to keep you safe.
I do believe that the mom thought she was doing what was right for her child. But she was too, from what I'm gathering so far, she was too selfish to understand what her kids actually needed, who they were, and what they needed. She was too in her own head, probably in her own trauma, and she really neglected them.
I don't know how I never saw it coming.
How could she try to kill her own child, though? That's fact.
She told me right to my face. She was willing to hurt me, to keep me from transitioning.
They said she had a gun pointed at him, right? That's fact.
Tyler, there is no way you could have known she'd go that far.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I want my diary back.
You're gonna get it. We'll get
The
it
room
for
was
you.
the only place I didn't look.
We got this, buddy. We got this.
Okay, but do you need to get it, like, now?
That diary was important to me, Allison. Writing down my thoughts helped me realize who I am.
He's smart. He's brilliant.
And let's go find it.
I'm glad they have each other. I'm really, really glad. No, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I wanted to see the
You
view.
think her room is still locked?
It always was. I'm not looking forward to going in there.
Let me just
I
have a
know,
look.
but we'll have to eventually, and I need it back.
It is a good view. I grew up in the countryside, so I think I'll always be a country girl at heart as well. You just can't beat that, especially as a writer. I grew up looking out my window into the depths of the forest, and man, it was just surreal. It was a wonderful way to escape the bad stuff that happened at home, first of all, but also it was so peaceful and magical.
Ugh. Some of our old toys give me the creeps.
That is a bit creepy. I suspect that was their dragon. All right, well, let's go get him his diary back. I hope we're going to actually get it. And I think that's going to be a good place to end it if we can get that diary. Forgive my language, but I was not expecting it to be this kind of powerful and just realistic. Oh, let's have a look. This is great.
The Ice King finally caught the hag. His furious voice could be heard throughout the forest. For your wickedness, you will be eternally bound to the lake. What? No way. Quiet, let me finish. You will no longer be allowed to leave. Not even under a full moon. The moon hag was imprisoned in the lake, and she never again tried to escape. And then the title. What do you think? Not bad, right? I guess that's okay. But I would have changed the end. What? No way.
What would you have changed it to? Maybe it's in...
I totally forgot about him.
That's because it was dangerous to mention his name. He was too powerful.
Do you think we're going to be able to read those other stories? I'm so glad I said that. We will, I promise, next time. Let's see if we can get his diary, and we will definitely try to read that next time. Maybe we could do like 2 or 3 each time, depending on how long they are. Let's get you your diary, buddy.
Hold up.
What?
Remember this?
Unfortunately.
You must solve my riddle to earn the right to enter the princess's sanctum.
Nothing a good hard shove won't take care of.
I mean, yes, we could brute force it, but it might be kind of fun to finally solve it, right?
We have different definitions of the word fun.
Okay, well, if we break it, we're just gonna have to fix it for the sale. So let's at least try not to. You have the Book of Goblins?
Yep.
Hand it over.
Okay, Allie's gonna do the work this time. It's a beautiful book. It's just too bad
What are you
it's
looking for?
The image on the door.
all about the
It's
mom.
making me think of a story from the book. One that Marianne wrote.
You have a way better memory than me.
I knew she wrote them. I knew she wrote them.
Book of Goblins was my creation.
And you'll never let anyone forget it.
Maybe I'm mistaken. She created it.
Here it is. The one about the princess's party.
We're gonna have to read another one, I think. Okay.
Give it a read. I think the symbols may represent something in the story.
Okay.
First ghost memories, now storybook puzzles.
Okay.
What a weird day.
What a weird childhood.
Touché.
They're not alone though. They don't realize By the way, what I was saying before, he was saying about writing down his thoughts helped him to understand who he was, right? If you've experienced trauma, especially if you've been in a situation where after the trauma, especially if you had childhood trauma, and you don't feel entirely sure of who you are or what you want in life, things like that. Even just when it comes to solving problems, talking to other people really does help. You don't want to overtalk things, especially if it's talking about traumatic stuff that happened, because I think that can just bring up the triggers and just make you kind of relive everything that happened. But in my experience as well, writing about it, journaling is a big thing with therapy, but writing about it and talking to someone about it, kind of like someone is your friendly soundboard in a way. I know that sounds terrible to say, but if they're willing to listen and it won't be triggering for them, you can really figure out so many things just by kind of bouncing ideas off of them. That's very, very helpful. All right, this first one, we've got a bear. Do you think it's the frog, the bear, and the beaver? Shall we try? Oh, there's probably a story. Wait, she said it. Which story was it? Princess and the Two Thieves. Oh, the Princess's Party. That's the one. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Let's have a read. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, the princess was melancholy because it was the 1-year anniversary of when she had run away from home. Sensing her sadness, her forest friends showed up at her door. They were headed by the pelican, pious and attentive. Okay. Organized by the moose, stalwart and foresighted. The old bear was there with his claws so sharp, as well as the big frog, prattling away. Even the haughty muskrat, who mostly came out at night, had come. The bear invited her to ride on his back, promising no wolf would harry her path, and then the animals led her to a fairy glen. There we go. Okay, we saw the fairies, where a fabulous party had been prepared. There was a buffet of seafood the pelican had served from her never-emptying beak. The air was also was filled with winking fairy lights the moose had arranged after clouds filled the sky, and the gregarious frog mixed up fizzing drinks. Only the muskrat had done nothing in particular, mooching off everyone else's hard work. So I think it's going to be pelican, moose, frog. The princess had a very good time at her party, such a good time that she forgot to say thank you to any of her friends. Noticing this, the fairies devised a bit of mischief. When the princess went to open her gifts, she found 3 identical boxes at the edge of the glen. Puzzled, she turned back and gasped. The entire party had vanished. Because you take... Well, let's give them a fairy voice. Because you have taken your friends for granted, called the naughty fairies, we have hidden them from you. But we like games. Guess who's given you each of these presents, and you'll get your friends back. The princess opened the first box. Inside there was a torch which, when lit, revealed the truth. Said the princess. Someone wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods when it's dark, and that I always see right from wrong. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that? She opened the second box. Inside there was a magic sword, which would leap right out of the bearer's hands to defend them. Said the princess. Someone wants to make sure I'm protected if I'm ever under threat. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that? She opened the third box. Inside there was a bag of coins that always provided money if it was for something the bearer truly needed. Ooh, that would be nice. Said the princess. Someone wants to make sure I have money to buy food when I'm hungry and clothes when I'm cold. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that? The princess thought about her friends, and then she smiled certainly. Fairies, she said, I may have been thoughtless, but I appreciate all that my friends have given to me, and all that they have done for me. She gave her answers, and the vexed fairies were forced to restore the party in a flash of colorful light. One by one she gave the animals a hug and thanked them for the presents, the party, and all they had done to help since she'd moved into the forest. And that is how the princess celebrated her first anniversary in the woods. This is fascinating. The 3 gifts. All right, let's go back. The torch, the sword, and the money. No wolf would harry her path. Pelican gave the food. Gave light. No, but the frog was mixing up fizzy drinks. Okay. Pious and attentive. Moose stalwart and far-sighted. The old bear was there, his claws so sharp, as well as the big frog prattling away. Oh, shoot! Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I like how her room has protection, right? But the... Yosha! Okay, well done. Well done. Pat myself on the back. Okay. Tyler, we're getting that diary of yours. I think that's going to be a great place to end.
And boom, we're in.
I'm going to go snuggle Bless Cat after this. He's looking lonely, and I'm feeling lonely. Somehow eerie. Ooh, bit of lag there.
After so many years, I expected this to feel more, you know, like a win.
Speak for yourself. I'm the one who solved the riddle.
Why do I feel like you're not gonna let me forget that? Where do you think we should start looking?
I don't know. Where in this mess would she stash someone else's personal thoughts?
We're gonna find it. We got this. Okay, let's have a look at the... I know we've got the memory.
Sewing lessons were the absolute worst.
She made all our clothes.
Pretty
I'm
impressive.
sure she needed the help. And I, for one, am happy I can fix a torn seam.
Yeah, but Tyler's
So
boyish,
she was
so...
standing here, spying through the window, drawing us while we played.
She always had her eye on us.
My entire body just shivered.
Ooh, that does sound creepy.
I tried to read this one. I could never figure out the order of the chapters, though.
Didn't the author go insane or something? No wonder Marianne liked it.
Oof. Stephen Orchard. Is it a real book? if it is, I feel ashamed to say that as a writer, but
Straight in the trash?
No. I bet we could sell it on the internet.
you could
True.
for sure.
Maybe we could sell it to the guy who collects John Wayne Gacy's clown paintings.
Ooh, that sounds creepy. But true, they probably could.
She and Tessa were best friends. Until suddenly they weren't. Wonder what happened.
Either Tessa got sick of Marianne's moods, or Marianne got sick of Tessa's judgment.
Yep. Yep. Man, they did a great job with this. This is profoundly realistic. Can you open it? Oh,
It's here.
Ollie, we're gonna get it. I promise, I promise, I promise. Did I lose the memory? Okay, we definitely need to look at the memory before we look at his diary. Ooh, another trinket. Definitely want that. Trying to collect all of them. The wise princess. She's yet to prove herself to be wise. I probably sound so heartless saying that, but I can't stand how she treated her kids.
Always had to have a picture of us close by.
Why this picture, though? I mean, do you see the expression
Yeah.
on their faces?
They are not happy. Been through trauma, especially in home, especially from a guardian, or abuse from a guardian. It's weird because the experiences can be different, but at the same time almost exactly the same, or at least the results are almost always, I shouldn't say always, but often the same, despite whatever the trauma was. And to me, having a picture like this where they're not getting along, Ollie's the green one? Or was Ollie red? I can't remember. I have the feeling Ollie was the green one. No, Ollie must have been the red. I can't remember. I know they had the colors on the their size board, right? Their height board. But having a picture like this where they're obviously, look at the body language. The child in green is kind of curled up, and this person's very defensive and a bit more aggressive and looking away, and the other one looks kind of shy, right? For a mother to want to keep that kind of picture of your kids near the bed where they look like they're not getting along and there's some kind of divide, in my experience, that's exactly what the abusive guardian wanted, was the kids to be divided. I hope that's not what's happening here, but it's just realistic.
This explains a lot.
They're mostly full. She was too stubborn to take medication.
Oh, that's fact. It's like, even if you don't want to do that, do it for your kids. Or don't have kids. Alright, let's see what we've got. You're gonna see Boss Cat, I think. Hi, boys. Hi. I'm almost done, sweet.
Just can't get through. Whatever's going on, they won't let me in.
My baby.
They used to tell me everything.
They're growing
They shut
up.
me out, Tessa.
They're growing
They
up.
shut me out. I've had so much on my plate lately, and they're convinced I'm the enemy, and I don't know why.
You can't get out of your own
I
head.
need them. I need my goblins.
And they needed you, ma'am.
Remember now. We heard her crying. We listened through the door.
Poor
Seeing her like
kids.
this, as if she's still here.
It really sucks.
It does
She was
suck.
really coming apart those last few months, wasn't she?
Here comes Boss Cat. Hi, Boss. That's genuinely sad. I had to just check my video stuff. I think Boss Cat's probably going to end up turning the camera because he's sitting up here. That's genuinely sad, though. It's a lose-lose situation when you have a guardian who has severe mental illness to the point of being abusive, because you do love them despite what they're doing. Oftentimes you love them despite what they're doing, and you need their love and want their love. But and you hear them crying and dealing with... Oh, she yawned. Oh my god, I thought she was crying. You hear them crying and going through their stuff, and you just feel so sorry for them, and there's nothing you can do. It's a lose-lose situation all around. Let's get his diary.
I knew it.
Poor
I fucking
thing.
knew it.
Do you think she read it?
Of course. She was nosy as hell.
She needed to feel control, you know? Ooh, no, 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 no. Don't show him that. Don't show Tyler that. He does not need to see that. Oh my god.
Tyler,
I hope she doesn't show him that flyer.
look.
No, don't show him that one.
What?
So maybe she was...
Where did you find that?
It was on her desk with her papers.
Seriously? Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, we gotta be really careful not to overthink this.
But it doesn't make any sense. She was mad, right?
She had the traditional family thing there.
She was mad I cut my hair. She attacked me because I cut my hair.
She was mad and she attacked you. We both saw it.
Then what is this shit?
I don't know. I don't know. Tyler, come here.
Oh.
She can't do this to me. Not now. When I've finally made sense of a few things.
Well, that was your first mistake. Thinking the world made any kind of sense.
You can't make sense of... When you have a guardian like that, you can't make sense of what they do. You'll go crazy.
10 years in the grave, and she's still finding new ways to piss us off.
Sorry if the camera's shaking. Boss Cat was shaking the table.
I think I need some air.
Aww. Oh, I want to give him a hug. But she's got that traditional family thing as well, so it's not like she does have the book, right? It's not like guaranteed that she was actually going to do her best to raise him transgender. Because that other flyer looked like it was, I don't want to say conversion therapy, but that's what it kind of reminded me of. So it's almost like she was torn between those two. He can't beat him. I understand why he's beating himself up, but, and she attacked him. So he's going to keep that in mind. Man, this is such a sad place to end this, but I think this is the right place to end this for tonight. Watching a really good TV drama. But it's like, it's real.
Are you really, really sure?
He's gonna cut his hair.
I am. Do it.
Oh.
Okay. Here we go.
It looks good. It looks great.
Is it all gone? Yeah. It looks amazing.
It does look good. I thought it looked good at the beginning.
I can't wait to show Mom. She's been so sad lately.
Aw,
More than
man.
sad. She's been scary. Yeah, but not tonight though.
Oh.
It was almost like a party.
Look at their cute room,
Allison.
too.
You don't have to thank me. You're my sister. I
Brother.
feel more like your brother. Brother, sister, we look out for each other.
She's learning. Allie's learning.
But I'm pretty sure I just gave you a really bad haircut.
I actually think it looks great.
Mom?
Oh, man.
Mom?
This is freaking sad. Oh, it was creepy. She wasn't taking her meds.
God. Ugh. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just trying. No, okay.
Oh.
Mom?
Oh no. No, 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 no. This is wrong. This is all wrong. Wait! Stop!
Oh no, maybe she wasn't going to shoot. What the hell was she doing with the gun though? Oh man. I don't like her. I still don't like her, even knowing that there's probably some deeper backstory to it. It's not as black and white as it seemed, but that's actually really sad if she wasn't. Oh, fucking hell. Wasn't gonna shoot. Oh, poor Tyler.
Glad we found your diary.
Me too.
I guess she was trying to figure out where you were at.
Yeah, well, she should have asked.
Yeah.
I wasn't some
She should've.
goddamn research project. I was her child.
I think I gotta wait for it to save before I can end. Man, what a place to end as well.
About the book.
Raising your transgender child? Do you even know how rare these books were in 2005?
Good point.
Was she trying to figure out how to support me?
Maybe.
But she wasn't trying. She never...
It doesn't make sense. I know.
Ugh.
You cutting your hair was what set her off, right?
Allison, she read my diary. She already knew.
Yeah,
It
good
wasn't
point.
my hair.
Good point.
And if we were wrong about that... Fuck.
You think she read it. It's possible she never even opened the diary, and that things are exactly like we always thought they were.
No,
But
she
if
must have.
did, and they aren't...
God, Tyler. Sure. I mean, we could have been wrong. But what good does it do to ask the question now?
You mean other than not having to live with the thought that my mom tried to kill me for being me?
Tyler, I know you want there to be something to find. Something that'll make it all make sense.
Was she really gonna
But
kill
she
him?
was unhinged.
So that's it then. She was crazy. Nothing else to say.
She was
I
speaking
think
to
we'd
herself.
be better off if we tried to move on.
Why don't we talk to a few people who knew her? See if that book makes any sense to them.
People don't want to talk about Marianne. They pretend like that night never happened.
Okay, I think this is where we're gonna end it. I think that meant it was saving. I really hope that meant it was saving. I'm not gonna continue. I'm not gonna continue because I don't. We're gonna go to the main menu. Hopefully, I remember remember what we're supposed to do there. Lose unsaved. God, I hope we don't lose it. But yeah, I think that's a good place to end it, even though it's quite sad. She just thinking about what we watched there. It didn't actually look like she was getting that gun ready to hurt Tyler. She was definitely going through something. She was talking to herself, mumbling under her breath in a kind of like a manic sort of way, right? So, and who knows what she was going to use that gun for. Didn't get the feeling that she had done that to hurt him. Usually don't get this emotional playing games. Even when the games are really sad, I tend to be more collected. But I think because this game is just so well done and so realistic, you can really sympathize with these characters, to think that, you know, they'd lived all this time, and he went to juvie for this, thinking that his mother hated him for being trans, right? And he killed her because she was attacking him, and it was self-defense. Or obviously didn't kill her because he wanted to kill her. It was self-defense. But to think that maybe she wasn't actually trying to hurt him, it was all an accident, Oh man, I know the mom had issues, but just the pain of both of them to go through something like that and have to live with that in his case is just freaking, man, that's rough. To snuggle boss cat. I'm gonna go snuggle boss cat because that was yeah, that was profound. I will definitely finish this, and I really want to get to the end of this game and find out what really went on in their story. I have the feeling I'm not done crying. I have the feeling there's going to be more tears yet shed playing this, but I'm so glad I decided to play this tonight because that was just amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. I'm sorry, I'm like trying not to cry. It's giving me a lot to think about, honestly. If you guys liked this, definitely slap the like button. A gentle little slap. I think we've been through enough tonight. You could do a little tap slap. Penguin tap slap if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're enjoying my videos. If you have any requests or anything, any thoughts, especially if you've been through something like this. I know I talked about this a lot in the video. If you've been through something like this, let me know in the comments as well. You're not alone. You can see you've got these characters on your side. I'm on your side. I've been through stuff like this too. There are a lot of people out there who've been through stuff like this. I need to go cry. I'm gonna leave so I can go have a bit of a cry. But you guys, please take good care of yourselves. If this game brought up stuff for you, you know, go do something happy. Go watch some Whose Line Is It Anyway on YouTube, which I might do after this. Something that's gonna make you laugh or relax. Sometimes it's good to go through stuff like this though, because you know, it just gets you thinking. And I think it also shows you how strong you are as well. I'll leave it there. We will play this again for sure. We will definitely finish this. I will get the other chapters. I appreciate you guys so much. As always, please take good care of yourselves. Do something nice for yourselves, especially after this game. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. I am going to snuggle Boss Cat. Bush. Can I snuggle? Snuggle! He knows what's coming. He hates it, but I'm going to give him all the snuggles. Okay. Bye-bye. I will see you in the next one.